Okay, this is Matthew. I'm back with another spotlight interview. Today, my guest is someone that I've known actually for quite some time in this space now. Feels like decades in crypto time. I'm super honored to have Han on our show today, and we'll be digging into multiple creative threads that emanate out of this beautiful creative individual. Of course, we're going to be talking about Han the artist. For those of you who may not know, or you should know though, he is the creator of CryptoCubes and the co-creator of the generative project Algorithms. In addition to being an artist that has listed and sold multiple pieces on Super Rare as well as other crypto art marketplaces. He's a curator, in my personal opinion, putting together a stellar list of digital artists for the CryptoCubes and Creators collections that he's been releasing on Nifty Gateway, and that he has a new collection coming out on July 16th that we'll dig into. Uh, and Han is a prolific collector. He scooped the Beeple timepiece. Recently, he collected a Hackatow Bear for the artists and some other amazing gems. He's also a metaverse explorer. I really think that Han is pushing the boundaries of what's possible with digital art and pushing us further into the ever expanding metaverse. So, Han, man, thank you so much for jumping into the spotlight.
Hello, this is Han. Thank you for your beautiful words, Matthew. So, uh, yeah, if I want to tell my story, I graduated from my bachelor's degree like 2 years ago from architecture. And after that, I was planning to start my master's degree, but because of the pandemic, I decided to stay in a village for 1 year. And that decision was seeming like a bad decision. But after that, I found out NFTs and my whole life changed.
Yeah. And like, how did you actually find NFTs?
I've been in the art world. So I was going exhibitions. I exhibited my works in Venice Architecture Biennale 2018. So I was really into traditional art world. But in social media, I was following Puck, and I've been following him like for 5 or 6 years. And then I suddenly realized that he is working on a project for the NFTs. He just started for the super rare. After that, I decided to do some research about the NFT world first. So for a couple of months, I just did some research and readings and tried to understand the ecosystem.
Hmm. And then one of the threads that I want to pull on that I guess predates your entry, obviously, into the NFT space. What oriented you to studying and graduating in architecture to begin with? I'm curious about that.
Yeah. I think from my childhood, I'm looking back. I really wanted to study music in the beginning, but uh, but my parents did not want me to study music. After that, I decided to maybe I really wanted to do some creative works, so I decided to be an architect. They did not want it to, but they were much more positive than the music. My parents. And then I started to study architecture in a different city, just by myself. And it was really kind of hard times for me because I was living alone, trying to earn money. My family was trying their best to help me for my education, but it was kind of hard times. And also in my last year of university, um, when I was studying architecture, my teacher was also saying that I was always just trying to learn different things, not just architecture, because I was just seeing architecture like learning how to learn. I was just in the architecture education. I was always exploring and trying different things. I did like we we had 8 different projects in my education, and in the I just did once. I designed a building just once. I did really different and weird projects for each semester.
What was the weirdest project?
So I think the weirdest project was the graduation project, which is right now is CryptoCubes. They were just waiting for us to design a bus station, but I was just but I really wanted to design something like transportation. I really wanted to just explore and create a concept about transportation, not just bus. I was just thinking maybe I can do a modules which can move and can create our spaces. So the CryptoCubes just appeared like that. I wrote the script in that graduation project.
What's the connection between transportation and CryptoCubes? This is a story I have not heard before.
So for the graduation project, I was thinking like, okay, we are using like cars or some objects to um, transport from one location to one location, right? We are trying to change the location when we want to go somewhere. But in that concept, I was thinking like, okay, then our spaces, our rooms can be change according to the location. I was just thinking like the just cube modules can change wherever we want to go. So basically your home moves with the cubes. After that, yeah, so the script of the CryptoCube, the changing things and different shapes and different volumes appeared in that project, in the graduation project.
And then how long after the graduation project was it until you launched the NFT version of CryptoCubes, the 256 like metaverse native sculptures is how I'd like to think about them.
So after I created that project, after 1 year, after I learned about the NFTs, I decided to create a collectible project. I did not know how to write a smart contract for a new project, but I did some research about CryptoPunks. And I saw that they have some different traits which just define each token's uniqueness. So I started to tweak the script for a collectible project. I tried to create new traits like volumes, shapes, and colors. After 1 year, I also want to set each piece individually. So I was living in a village. I did that project for like 4 or 5 months in a village. Every day I was just doing some renderings, animations for each project. It was a really long journey, but it paid off.
Take us through the launch and then the overwhelming success and response from the collector base of CryptoCubes, because I started collecting it and then I saw like a who's who of, like, in my eyes, the best collectors in the space. Of course, Pablo is there, Goltra is there, Colborn, a whole bunch of other folks as well. Yeah, like take me through that, like from launch until like, wow, you start to see everyone start scooping these up, and then the appreciation on the secondary market.
So I think I have to explain some story. So when I was living in the village, I was just feeling really bad. I was so confused. I did not know what to do. And one day I sent a message to Pak, and he advised me a book called The Alchemist. After I read that, I decided to just work and just have fun. So after that, I created the CryptoCubes. After I read that book, I think really lots of things changed. I decided to just create, and in my first CryptoCube launch, I sold like 5 CryptoCubes at the beginning, and for a few weeks, I couldn't even sell any CryptoCube. But after that, Pug helped me from the social media. He just retweeted a CryptoCube, and then the sale just started to pick up, and I really wanted to use that exposure in time. So like there are 256 CryptoCubes, but in the beginning I gifted like 50 CryptoCubes. So when I was talking Pablo at first, I gifted him his first CryptoCube. Then he really liked the project and bought like 5 or 10, I don't know, like yeah. After then, Goldra, we met with Goldra, which he collected my super rare Genesis piece. Then we started to talk and get to know each other. He really liked the project, and also Axel, which he lives in France. He really supported my early artworks and the CryptoCubes project. You know, Patrick helped me to get some exposure for a Decentraland land. We designed his building with a CryptoCube. Then after that, everything just became really good. I can't even describe, because it was really fun times for me. Each day I really met with new people, and yeah, it was really amazing times.
Yeah. And then I'm curious because it's not just, yeah, POC promotes you on social media, boom, success, right? There has to be some underlying fundamentals and interest in the actual project and the work for it to have the success that CryptoCubes had. So why do you think after folks became aware of CryptoCubes, why did they become so excited by it? And why do you think it attracted all that, yeah, inertia and after POC retweeted it?
So by that time, I created CryptoCubes for a 3D usable, like Metaverse native project. So in that time, there was only CryptoPunks as an avatar project, but it was a 2D avatar project. I decided to use them in Decentraland, and the folks started to use that 3D files for, you know, for an artwork, for I don't know, a building in the metaverse. I don't know. I think we will see some different use cases in the future for CryptoCubes. So for the CryptoCubes and creators idea, it was like too much like created a fan art for a CryptoCube. He just wanted to create an artwork. Then after that, I started to think maybe we can just use those every CryptoCube to create an event, and that's the CryptoCubes and creators a beginning story.
Yeah. And for me, the CryptoCubes and creators is a testament to your curation sensibilities, right? You're curating this list of amazing artists. I think in the first collection you had 9 amazing digital artists. Now coming back on the 16th with the second collection.
I can read the list because I'm really excited for the this drop, and you know, the each single name is really powerful in the NFT scene, and I can't even describe what am I feeling, because right now I have the artworks from them, and looking at them from the different styles, different minds interpretation of the CryptoCubes is like, you know, I created that project when I was living in a village, and right now seeing those artists creating, it's just amazing.
No, it's a sensational list, and I was going through because again, full disclosure, helping to produce this collection with Han. Han obviously did all the legwork, bringing in all the artists and getting everything together on time. But as I'm encoding the collection, going through each individual artwork, I'm just freaking blown away, man. Like the level of detail and passion that these artists put into their interpretations of the original CryptoCubes that they were assigned. It's just so cool to see.
Yeah,
And
definitely. Yeah.
yeah, again, it's a testament to your curatorial sensibilities, but also the passion of the community. I mean, CryptoCubes is a proper community. People are excited about this potential of the metaverse native sculptures and all the kind of associative interactions. And I think this CryptoCubes and creators is just a great example of that.
Yeah, and also recently, Manifold XYZ. I am talking with Richard to migrate the original CryptoCube smart contract to on-chain contract. Yeah, so I think it is really important milestone for CryptoCubes because I created those collection from Rareable's smart contract. I was using the unlockable content to for the 3D files, but right now after we launch, we are planning to launch the website and this new smart contract on September. And I think after this new smart contract, it will be much more powerful. And also, you know, right now we will have our drop on 16th with the 16th artist. I can't even imagine what if we reach the 256 artists in the NFT scene. Yeah, it will be just amazing if we can do that.
I mean, I definitely think it's going to happen. And Jesus Christ, what an alpha leak, mentioning that we're going to uh, probably, hopefully, upgrade the smart contracts to be fully on chain for the crypto cubes. Again, just a whole nother reason to collect that project. But again, like with you, you're always innovating. You're always trying to do something new, which for from a collector's perspective, that's what I'm always looking for in an artist, someone who really does take chances and works with technology to create something fundamentally new. In addition to CryptoCubes, you had another project that I was lucky enough to get a very early taste of called Algorithms, which you launched on the Art Blocks platform. I know you're a co-creator on that and you have another co-creator. I just explain to folks what Algorithms was and all the magic that you put into that.
So the algorithms is basically a sound and visual installations, generative installations, which lives in on chain with the art blocks. We tried to gather, Nicholas and I tried to gather some visuals and the musical melodies into the generative project. We first did some research about the generative melodies, but we figured out that every melodies was like just a random. Then we decided to talk and discuss with the musician, and we wrote rules for each traditional musical scales. So like basically musical scales like gives that the exact mathematic rule for a tradition. So there are like blues music scale, there's Hungarian music scale, Spanish, Phrygian, and so we gathered all that traditional musical scales with the generative visuals. And after that, yeah, we had our drop on art blocks. And right now, Nicholas and I working on the algo beats, which will be the like a drum algorithms.
I love that. And it was exciting afterwards. I feel like this was a project that took music, the blockchain, NFTs, and really combined it in an innovative way, more so than some of the other early experiments with NFT music that we've seen out there. I don't want to throw shade on anyone, but what you're doing with algorithms is beautiful. Def Beats is another project out there that I think is really pushing the boundaries. Yeah, and it was really cool to see Jonathan Mann, aka Song a Day Man, take one of the algorithms and one of the Def Beats and mash them up and created an original song just using the algorithms loop and the Def Beats.
Yeah, I had an idea for a new project. I really want to say that because I really want to see others' perception and others' ideas. So there's a project called CryptoKitties, right? You're breeding the two kitties to generate a new one from transaction hashes. So I was thinking like breeding some melodies. So also I started to just do some research, but I also really want to see others perception and others experiments. I really want to see that.
No, 100%. And well, continuing on, because you're really such a prolific creator, despite being so young and so new to the space. In addition to being this artist and curator, you're also a collector, like a serious crypto art collector. When I was just getting into the space and when I was back at Cent, I was really excited to see a lot of the early crypto artists like Cody, Sparrow, of course, Sarah
Mhm.
Zucker, aka the Sarah Show,
Yeah.
really kind of double down and dig into being a collector in addition to being an artist. And you definitely fit that mold beautifully, I would say. What's your passion for being a collector in this space?
Okay, so first of all, I have big respect for the Sarah Zucker Sparrow because they're like collecting for a few years. So it's been like, yeah, it's been 1 year for me in the NFT scene, and I really want to also continue collecting for the new artists in the scene. So basically, right now I have some pretty big names artworks, and I really want to tell this story about the Beatles piece. It was really amazing experience for me. So it was like there was 1 or 2 hours left for the auction of the people, and after I saw it, I just kept looking at the auction time in every 10 minutes. Then I realized that it was like 1 p.m. I guess in my town, and it is basically midnight for United States. So I realized that most of the collectors were not aware of that piece. So, and also I was fortunate to collect some pretty rare me bits for which is Larva Labs project. I was really lucky when I was collecting them. And then I decided to just bid on the Beeple piece. Um, so I bid it. Then Bharat Kirmo bid it higher, and I was thinking like, okay, he's pretty big whale, and I can't even um, win the auction. But then I decided to bid more. After that, Bharat again, of course, bid it, and then I decided to um, bid one last time because that was all of my money in that time. All of my savings. I had my NFTs, but the only ETH I had, I just bid it on the Beeple's piece. After that, Bharat, I was looking from the Etherscan and I was looking if he bid it. Then there was like almost 1 minute left, and I saw that Bharat still did not bid. Then he bid it, but his transaction stuck. And there was no other bidders in the auction. And I was really fortunate and lucky to get that piece. I can't even describe what I was feeling after I won the auction because, it was like 80% of the money I saved from my artworks or from my investments in that time. And yeah, it was pretty big deal for me, but then I just started to collect more I sold some of my NFTs and bought another artwork.
Collecting is such a slippery slope, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I always warn people like we have the best bars for consuming and purchasing crypto art available 365 days a year, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, right? It's crazy. And all it takes is to collect one piece. And then it's only a matter of time until you're second and then third and
Yeah,
fourth and
yeah,
fifth and sixth.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I subscribe to that. It definitely sounds like you subscribe to that theory. But yeah, it was amazing to watch that go down on Twitter and kind of go back when I woke up the next morning and be like, holy shit, Han collected this one. What the it was awesome, man. I think it's really fun to see those wars go down and to see the twist at the end in particular.
Yeah, I know some of my parents were shocked. When I was just in the beginnings of the staying on in the village, my parents were like, you know, we were in a bad situation in the financial aspect,
Yeah.
and after 1 year, everything is changed for them, and they're just right now just they're always smiling. I'm always smiling. I'm right now. I'm doing the job I want to do. I don't see it like a job. I,
Yeah.
this is amazing. Yeah.
100%, man. Like before I entered crypto generally, this is back in 2015. I was in debt. I had like a student loan from when I studied back in the States. Crypto helped me become debt free. And then crypto art really just, yeah, it just turbocharged everything. And like you said, it's not a job. It's just the most exciting thing in the world, or exciting space to be in. And I think this kind of takes us into your explorer hat that you also wear. Yeah, how do you see yourself and how do you think of yourself as an explorer?
So I can give just examples in the social media and for the NFTs. I really want to get to know new people. When I was trying to create CryptoCubes, I really wanted to talk with Nate Alex, which is a great developer in the scene. But he was kind of really busy about his works in the beginning. But yeah, I really wanted to learn how to write a smart contract from him, and I really wanted to. I was really curious about his tools and other tools. So in that time, he was really busy, so he couldn't help. But I just started to just do some research, learning new things, learning about art, learning about smart contracts, learning about the NFTs. And right now, finally, I was able to talk with him and learn his vision. So mainly for the exploring, I really want to say just I'm hustling and trying to grasp some ideas, trying to learn. And yeah, the artworks or the collections are appearing after that exploration and the journey.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like that explorer mindset is so important to doing really exciting things in this space, right? But do you have anything you'd like to leave our listeners with before we sign off? Let folks also know where to follow you at Twitter and stuff like that.
I'm mostly promoting or posting my works on Twitter. It's hanrgb. By the way, I also really want to get to know new people. So do not hesitate to just message me, or just I can always discuss new things. I really want to get to know new people. And also, yeah, keep working and keep hustling. Yeah, it is an amazing scene. I'm really happy to be part of this.
The space is better because you're a part of it. And also for listeners out there, I can confirm if you shoot Han a DM, he's going to get back to you ASAP. I think he has the quickest turnaround in Twitter DMs out of all the folks that I've interacted with. And that's quite a fair few number of folks. But Han, man, thank you so much for joining us and stepping into the spotlight today. It was an absolute pleasure to chat with you as always. Really excited to share this, and I'm really excited for the upcoming CryptoCubes and Creators second drop on Nifty Gateway on July 16th. So everyone look out for that and just keep on creating, brother.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.